night watching the colors change. She lay in bed all night watching the morning change. She lay in bed all night watching the morning change into green and...
Good morning. So, welcome to my little setup here. Today is going to be the first session of pressing questions. I'm going to answer your questions while we wait for my coffee to brew. This is what I am like in the morning before I've had that. So, we're going to get the ball rolling here. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Let's start with the question. If you had to choose, would you want a savory or a sweet breakfast? Well, I'm always a big fan of the sweet breakfasts. Things like pancakes, scones, although they're not necessarily sweet always, but pancakes, French toast, absolute favorite, fresh fruit. I love my savory things, eggs, whatever, but pancakes, sweet. I'm gonna pick sweet. What camera do you use? I'm actually borrowing a friend's camera right now to film this, which is why it's in such stunning HD quality, and my coffee press is a little out of focus, but we're gonna ignore that. I use a camera that I got from my dad. It's a Nikon D70. Kind of inherited it. Works really well. Takes really beautiful pictures. So it's really great. Why did you start blogging? That is a good question. Probably started out of boredom, and I needed an outlet to express myself and to do something and to keep me cooking also. It was a thing, like, I've always wanted to do this cooking thing, and for the longest time, you know, the city just consumes all your time. And having the blog, it kind of forced me into that, you know, I have to do this so many times a week, and, you know, I have to produce so much of it, you know, at any given time, that it really forces you to sit down and take that time for yourself. And, you know, I take that time for you guys, and it turns out to be really rewarding in the end. Do you intend to ever do food or food blogging as more than a hobby? Definitely. Eventually I want to have my own restaurant, like a really small, quaint little place with maybe 10 tables. I want to be in the kitchen, I want to be in the restaurant itself, I want to be talking to people. I want to create kind of an at-home experience. And I definitely want to keep writing about food. I definitely eventually want to publish a book, whether that's a memoir, cookbook kind of thing, non-fiction, kind of fiction-y food book. Is there anything you'd love to master that you haven't tried yet? Totally, there's tons. One of the most challenging things people always talk about are soufflés. I've always wanted to make a souffle, but I've always been too scared. Bread, certainly. I try to make bread all the time and it usually flops. But yeah, it takes a lot more time to really perfect those finicky things than you'd think. What has been your most catastrophic breakfast recipe? Well, breakfast doesn't tend to go wrong. And when it does go wrong, it's usually not too bad. You know, if your pancakes are mushy, you know, that's fine. You know, you'll still eat them. Breakfast, when it goes wrong, if anything, it's soggy or a little overcooked. Is there a breakfast food you're unable to make because it's associated with a past lover? I learned the first pancake recipe from an ex-boyfriend of mine. And that is a recipe I look back on fondly, and I love to make it over and over again. It's not, at this point, it's not connected to that anymore. It's kind of its own thing. And I've also moved on to other pancake recipes. And now we're talking in metaphors, which I think is ideal for this situation. This is really what we all wait for in the morning. And so that has been Pressing Questions.